Hello, and thanks for tuning in to a new series CivicAIM is proud to launch called Redefining Philanthropy. My name is Erica Villarreal Ekwurzel, founder of CivicAIM, a philanthropic advisory firm based in Austin, Texas, and working nationally to strengthen grant-making, governance, and impact. So what does it mean to redefine philanthropy? To me, redefining philanthropy signifies an opportunity to readdress the constructs of a system that is encumbered in truly advancing philanthropy's goal of creating positive change and justice. We are living in a pivotal moment. We're in the midst of an ongoing global pandemic and racial and social justice movements. And within the field of philanthropy, there's been a call to action to reflect on how systems, policies, and operations can create congruence of philanthropy producing outcomes of equity. In Darren Walker's book, From Generosity to Justice, A New Gospel of Wealth, Darren and others speak of the opportunity of philanthropy in this moment to move from a charity to solidarity mindset. And this starts with examining the field's practices, systems, and policies that serve as a roadblock to accomplishing equity and justice. As a philanthropic professional of color, I understand the crucial need for more diverse and representative leaders. Leaders who can help shape and lead the solutions of their respective communities. In my 2 decades of professional work as a philanthropic advisor and fundraiser, too many times, I was either the only Latina in the boardroom where decisions of investment in community of color were unfolding. Or if there were other professionals of color, our C-suite leadership was not reflective of our racial and cultural identities. And this matters. This matters in dynamics of power, authority, and the ability to have honest, open conversations about the communities we seek to support. Personally, I'm a 4th-generation Mexican-American who was raised by a family of ranch and farm laborers. From an early age, I was instilled with the promise of a hard work ethic and a quality education that could transform my future and my family's future generations to come. At home, philanthropy was not a word commonly spoken, yet as a Latina, I know and knew then that Latinos are very generous with our family, our friends, our community, our environment, and our church. There is a culture of giving, but it's a very different culture of giving from what the foundation world is used to. We Latinos may not know much about structured giving, but we are philanthropy. People representing racial and ethnic groups have valuable real-world insights and contributions, and not including or recognizing these insights has, in large part, been stifling philanthropy's impact. Here are a couple of statistics I want to highlight about the current composition of profession and practice. Just 8.4% of foundation CEOs or presidents are diverse leaders. 6.9% of grants go to diverse communities. Only 38% of nonprofit executives felt that their boards represented the communities they serve. Less than 1% of foundation funding is awarded to women and girls of color. So why am I bringing attention to this? Because as a professional of color, I believe it is about responsibility and accountability. We have reached a moment when philanthropy must face the ways our system is reinforcing inequity. This is why I'm very excited to launch the series Redefining Philanthropy in Practice and Profession, where each quarter CivicAIM will elevate the work of a courageous leader who's at the forefront of centering equity in philanthropy and redefining the manner in which the field is exercised and socialized. Featured guests are beyond challenging philanthropy's business as usual mindset. and are enacting what philanthropy can be if it is structured on equity to drive justice across communities and generations. Stories we will explore are a nationwide network of philanthropic advisors of color who are unapologetically tapping into their lived experiences to inspire donors to diversify their investments towards just, equitable, and community-led initiatives. We'll also hear from a leader who facilitates processes and learnings of a peer network group of influential national grant makers who are working to improve their internal approaches to becoming better examples of racially equitable, diverse, and inclusive institutions. I'll also cover a total talent pipeline rebuild to convince the financial services industry to drop its limiting discriminatory practices and reverse the trend on the racial wealth gap and the inequity in access to capital. And we'll also highlight the case for investment in women and girls of color who for generations have been at the front lines of organizing and leading change, but don't have equal access to formal structures of power. The thread that ties all of these featured stories and the guests who lead the work is a bold call to action to encourage diversity in philanthropy. My hope is that Redefining Philanthropy and its series will help move us closer to a philanthropy that is truly representative, because when all people's voices are heard, everyone benefits. I invite you to join CivicAIM every quarter, and there may be additional leaders you want to share and highlight that provoke curiosity, inspiration, and help us as we, together with you, broaden the definition of philanthropy in practice and profession. Thank you for listening, and more importantly, thank you for leading towards justice.